Some actors leave such a mark in certain movie roles that it feels like no one else can truly fill their shoes. Christian Bale, a Hollywood star and English artist, falls into that category. He's widely recognised as one of the best actors of his generation. Bale's iconic portrayal of Batman in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, spanning from 2005 to 2012, is unforgettable. His performance earned him numerous awards in The Dark Knight. The second film in the trilogy is often hailed as one of the greatest films ever made. The trilogy includes Batman Begins 2005, The Dark Knight 2008, and The Dark Knight Rises 2012, featuring a stellar cast with names like Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Gary Oldman, Morgan Freeman, and Cillian Murphy. After The Dark Knight Rises, Bale retired from the role, passing the baton to Ben Affleck and later Robert Pattinson. However, there's an interesting thing about Bale's stance on returning as Batman. Christian Bale's return as Batman depends on whether Christopher Nolan is willing to make a fourth movie. In 2022, Bale talked about a deal with Nolan to make 3 films and then step back. He stressed not staying in the role for too long. Bale mentioned, "I had a pact with Chris Nolan. We said, hey look, let's make 3 films if we're lucky enough to get to do that, and then let's walk away. Let's not linger for too long." In my mind, it would be something if Chris Nolan ever said to himself, you know what, I've got another story to tell, and if you wish to tell that story with me, I'd be in. The question then arises, will Bale return for a Dark Knight 4 movie? There's a possibility, especially considering the multiverse concept introduced in the Flash movie. This allows different versions of characters and stories to coexist. To safeguard the legacy of Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, Warner Brothers might treat it as a separate universe, similar to how they're approaching Matt Reeves' The Batman universe. Nolan's choices as a director show how important his return would be. He prefers new ideas over sequels and has the power to make projects happen. If he comes back, it means a unique and interesting Batman story is on the way. The Dark Knight trilogy, which starred Christian Bale as Batman and was directed by Christopher Nolan, was a huge success. People loved the collaboration between Bale and Nolan, and it's why many fans hope they team up again for a 4th movie. The return of Bale as Batman depends a lot on Nolan's exceptional directing skills. Christian Bale, known for his role as Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy, initially expressed his excitement about passing on the Batman role to Ben Affleck. However, he later realised that his connection to Batman hadn't completely faded when Affleck was cast. In an interview with Empire magazine as mentioned in Vanity Fair, Bale admitted that Affleck's casting had a significant impact on him. Despite initially thinking it was the right time to step away, the news of someone else taking on Batman made him pause and contemplate putting on the costume again. He said, "I've got to admit initially, even though I felt that it was the right time to stop, there was always a bit of me going, oh, go on, let's do another." So when I heard there was someone else doing it, there was a moment where I just stopped and stared into nothing for half an hour. However, it's interesting to note that Christian Bale wasn't entirely satisfied with his portrayal of Batman in the Dark Knight trilogy. Despite being an Oscar-winning actor and widely seen as an excellent choice for Batman, Bale had reservations about fully capturing certain aspects of Batman's essence. Speaking openly to Yahoo, the star of American Psycho revealed that he believed there were elements of Batman's character that he couldn't completely bring to life. "I didn't quite manage what I hoped I would throughout the trilogy," Bale said. "Nolan did, but my own sense of self is like, I didn't quite nail it." The idea of Batman 4 isn't just something fans are excited about, it's a big decision based on the creative partnership that made the previous films successful. DC, the company behind Batman and other superheroes, needs big hits. Right now, they're not doing as well as MCU and even compared to their past hits. The recent disappointment with the Flash movie is another letdown. This shows that DC needs something to bring back the excitement. James Gunn's trying to do this with a new approach to the DC universe, starting with Superman Legacy, but it's unclear how successful it will be. In this uncertain situation, the return of Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan for Batman 4 could be a guarantee of success. Their previous Batman films each made over $1 billion each, so there's a good chance a sequel could do just as well, maybe even reaching $2 billion. But here's the challenge. The Dark Knight Rises had a thoughtful ending that gave a satisfying close to Bale's Batman story. Another big question is, can they continue the story without messing up what made the trilogy great? It might seem like a good idea to have Nolan direct Batman 4, but there are risks. The Dark Knight Rises had a powerful ending about the choices heroes make, and bringing back the story might not live up to that. The trilogy's theme of heroes facing tough choices, like either dying a hero or living long enough to become a villain, is a big part of what made it special. Resurrecting the story has its challenges. While we might see other actors as Batman in the future, the legacy of Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan might be better off by letting their past successes stay undisturbed. Superhero movies can be tricky. Success isn't guaranteed. Keeping the theme intact becomes a big responsibility. The Dark Knight Rises concludes with uncertainty about Bruce Wayne's fate. He's coaxed back into being Batman by a cop named John Blake, but a tough fight with Bane leaves Batman with a broken back and in a pit. Bane creates chaos in Gotham resembling a revolution in classic comic book style. The epic final battle of The Dark Knight Rises brings together different storylines. Batman returns to stop Bane's plan with a neutron bomb. Bruce deals with love and John Blake prepares to take on Batman's role. The intense sequence comes forth with surprising turns, leaving Nolan's Batman story mysterious and offering a glimpse into Gotham's future. Fans keep discussing the unanswered questions about Bruce Wayne, proceeding to pile on the movie's impact. In the ultimate face-off, the police battle prisoners freed by Bane, aiming to destroy Gotham with a neutron bomb. Bane activates the bomb and his ally Talia al Ghul sabotages the reactor, meant to stop it. Batman, unable to disarm the bomb, attaches it to his flying craft, sacrificing himself to save Gotham. Though the city's safe, Batman seems to perish, seen as a hero who sacrificed his life. Later, Alfred spots someone resembling Bruce with Selena Kyle, dousing us in mystery. Nolan, known for open endings, sparks discussions. Batman's fate is left hanging, making fans wonder long after the movie ends, did Bruce fake his death? The uncertainty leaves us intrigued. In the last scene, Alfred sees Bruce happy in a cafe, turning his earlier imagination into reality, but we're left wondering if this encounter is real or a daydream for Alfred. Michael Caine, who played Alfred, believes the final scene is real. Seeing Selena with Bruce makes this interpretation stronger. The unclear ending makes us wonder if Bruce faked his death and found happiness secretly. In a recent interview with GQ, Christian Bale opened up about his experience working on a Marvel film, specifically Thor: Love and Thunder, where he played the character Gore the Butcher. Even though the movie didn't meet everyone's expectations, Bale's performance as Gore received praise for being impressive. The film, the fourth in the Thor series, featured Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman and Bale, with Gore's character standing out. While Bale's portrayal of Gore was extraordinary and intimidating, his overall experience working on the Marvel movie was a bit of a mixed bag. In the interview, he commended director and co-writer Taika Waititi for the final version of Love and Thunder. However, Bale admitted that a significant aspect of making the Marvel movie felt quite monotonous to him. He pointed out that shooting in front of green screens, a common practice in the MCU, was a dull experience. For the first time, Bale found himself in this setting, and he described it as monotonous. Despite having talented colleagues who were more experienced with this style of shooting, he spoke of how challenging it was to differentiate one day from the next. The actor struggled to keep track of which stage he was on, often confusing one with another, even when they were colour-coded, he shared. They kept saying, "You're on stage 3. Well, it's like, which one's that? The blue one? They're like, yeah. But you're on stage 7. Well, which one's that? The blue one. I was like, where? Despite the monotony he felt, Bale's performance as Gore brought a memorable and impactful element to Thor: Love and Thunder. So there ends the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to stay updated. See you in the next one.